Greetings, this is your buddy Jim. Excuse me a minute. This is Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. Today we got a little machining project. This is not another high tolerance, high precision thing, but we made a little tool. What you see here is a metric control arm, and I made this tool and slide it out. Here you go. And the tool is to keep these arms from collapsing when you press bushings in. This is one of the old ones out of the race car, the bushings, and the holes are egg-shaped in them. So that's why we had to remove them. So what we've done is I've took a piece of steel and just basically bored this out and made this little bushing. This is something 10 thousandths tolerance is about what it amounts to. So you can peek over my shoulder and hope you enjoy it. Like I said, gather the kids, the dog, the cat, the family around. You can kind of peek over my shoulder as I work today, and hope you enjoy the little thing. This is a lot of little things I've been doing lately, and this is just something's come up. We run into a lot of trouble with these arms pressing them, and we've been sticking sockets and shims and everything else under the sun into them. So this is what's going to be the secret sauce. So just no further ado, we're going to roll right over here to the machine shop. We're going to start slinging chips. So just bear with me and peek over my shoulder. Okay, sitting on my bench today is a rear control arm for a Monte Carlo that we race. I actually had to put new ones in. The bushings are wore out, the whole spaces here. One of the problems we have is when you go to push the bushings in, these arms are made so flimsy, you have to stick shims and stuff in them. So today's project is to make us a little tool. What I'm going to do is bore out a piece of steel and make it to where it will slip over this, so we could put it in between here and make it where it will just support this a little bit. So when we put a bushing in it and press it, we won't be collapsing that thin arm. So that's what we're doing. So the way I'm going to make this, according to Harold, all projects begin on the saw of some sort. I just changed to put one of my new blades on. We'll see how it works. And so we're sawing this as a piece of 8620. And there's no reason a sane man would use 8620. I'm not always saying intelligent and all that crap. What it is, I got some of this. This is a piece I got. This is material I got. You know, you don't buy material when you got material. This is some that Mr. Joe Eaton donated to me. So, I'm going to use that. What the plan is you'll see, we're going to face this, clean it up a little bit, probably turn it just a hair bit or something, and we're just going to make a quick tool. So that's the plan. I'm going to just turn a light OD on this thing. All I'm doing is trying to get rid of, I don't think I've got all my skin there clean yet. Nope. Just take enough. This piece is plenty big enough, so all I'm doing is skimming it. I'm trying just to skim it to where I have a clean, nice, clean little surface. I'm going to turn this thing around, obviously, and see if it's pretty clean. There's one little spot right there. Let me go back and take just a little more. Whatever I'm going to do, there we go. Enough to give me a clean surface to work with, just because I want a clean surface instead of that rust. And this is hot rolled anyway. I'm gonna flip it over and get the other side. Now what I done was set the OD, left it set where it was at. I'm just gonna skim this up to the other. Now this is not gonna be perfect because there's run out in this chuck, but the blend won't be perfect, but it'll be close enough to what we're doing. I need to cut this. It's kind of, so it's going to have a little bit of a step in it, but that's kind of unavoidable because of the run out. So there's some run out in this chuck, so it's not going to be perfect. But it'll clean up and give me what I need there. And I'm going to face this off, start working it down to the size I need. So let's just go ahead and take the first cut while you're sitting here with me. Then we'll measure it and see where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and leave this slower speed up because it just probably needs it. This 8620 actually machines pretty good. So we're going to drill several. We're going to set drill this and everything else. So there's going to be a lot of work to it. So I'll bring you back here a little bit. All right, let's center drill this fool. We'll get a little closer here and everything, and I'll center drill it. Okay. Then we'll start the drilling process. This like, I don't know why, but maybe that ain't sitting in there like I like it to, but I'm going to drill it and bore it and all this stuff, so there's going to be a lot of work to this. It's not perfect, but we'll live with it. Right now we're starting to drill it. I just grabbed up this is an inch by 1/16 drill. We're just going to drill it out and get a hole started in it. Slow that down just a little bit. That's just a little fast for my taste there. And I can't got much adjustment. I ain't only go down about. I'm gonna drill this thing really slow. That just don't suit me, and I'll just take my time. One bad thing about this lathe, you don't have a lot of speeds to play with. So I'm just gonna go ahead. This is pretty good aggressive stuff. We'll go down to 70 RPM and just take our time, not abuse our drill. This will be a little while. I'll bring you back. All right, I'm breaking through now. There we go. So there we go. We got a nice hole drilled through it. And I don't know, I may just go ahead and start boring it. It's almost put it aboard. I've been using the solid rock bar today. We're just knocking it out. On this little lathe, it's just almost easier to get you down hole and just punch it out with the boring bar. So that's what we're doing. And I'm going to tell you, it's just getting there. It's just, I don't know, it seems like it's a little fast though for me, and it's really, again, you have to take a step. So we're going to try to cut it just a little slower. It's like it's just, I think I'm a little conservative on the speeds. I usually run about 8 or 10,000 speed rate consistently, and I hardly ever move it. And I'll just play with, I'd rather run my speeds a little bit slower, to be honest with you, than I have anything else. So, there we go. I'm going to keep boring away at it. Should be the last pass. I'm taking about 20 thousandths. I might go back and take a spring pass after this. And a higher RPM just to get a nice pretty looking finish in there. So I want this to be about 5-6 thousandths clearance when I'm done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump it up to C3 should be 600. Now we're going to roll through that 600 and clean it up good. We're going to check it. What that ought to do is give us a nice slick finish, and We'll bore it backwards out. And then this bushing, this is the same size the bushing's got to be. So that's good there. So what we want it to do is obviously we want to slip it into the arm sort of fit. I think that's going to work good. We want this loose, obviously. This is going to have to cool a little bit, and we'll have to kind of chamfer it. So I'll get the chamfer tool and we'll do that. I'm adjusting the width to where it fits in the arm that I've got. I mean, if it's a little slack like 10 or 15 thousandths is good. And then we'll worry about screwing everything up. What I'm going to do is take a little off of both sides to take out any possible face run out or anything like that. So that's the plan anyway, to kind of get it true as I can. And just run this distorting tool in here. Clean that up. Alright, then we'll take it over and check it. I had a little bit of a slippage issue, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take little 50 thousandths milling cuts. Just mill this off. Here. That's what I'm going to do is remove the bulk of it this way. I could saw it, but then I've got to line it up a lot more, so I want a good entrance in it. Alright. So, kind of going back and forth across the top to take the top out of it. It's going to be like horseshoe shape when I'm done. Alright, now you can see what we're doing. We're milling into the slots out. So what I'm doing, I've done one side, and I'm basically just conventional milling this off until it's flat. We milled the top off, multiple passes. Now we're just milling this out. So hopefully everything works good when we get done. I know this is a roughing tool, it's going to leave some lines, but we're just roughing this out, and you know, it's just the best way. It's just a roughing tool, removes stock better and less likely to give us any trouble. So we're just taking light passes. The further down we go, the more we cut out. I'm not too worried about surface finish here. I'm more worried about the clearance. All this is going to do is support that arm. So we just keep cutting this till it more or less blends in. So yeah, this will be a lot more accurate than solid. And that gives us a lot better blend, and that's what I'm looking for. So it blends right in. Even if I leave a bit of a step into that round part, that'll be fine. This is going to be kind of what we're looking for right here. There we go. Pretty much blended to the bore now. Alright, we'll just have a look at this. Alright, let's take a little belt sand work here. Move up some more rough edges. Basically what I'm doing is just knocking a little burr off the top here. Belt sander, I'm just going to kind of blend them. And I'm going to take the belt sander here and kind of polish up a little bit around where I use that rougher milling tool to knock this out. It works good. There we go. It's a little simple. I mean, that way these burrs knocked off all this. And there we go. A little old tool. I'll show you in the arm I got. Right here, see, that's what we're going to do with it. It goes right in here, and it supports this arm when we're pressing this other stuff in. So it just slides in somewhat like this, and just slide it in there just like that. All that does is just keep that thin arm from bending up. I mean, it'll bend a little anyway, because we've been jamming sockets and everything else in them. That's a simple little tool, make our life a lot easier pressing these bushings. Now there it is, the completed tool. It's something simple and it's effective. It's got a little bit of preventive coat on it. I really need to make a bushing pusher to go along with this. It's probably the next thing I'll do, but maybe not right now. Okay folks, I hope you enjoyed peeking over my shoulder. Again, this is a copyright production of James Dedman Saw Logs Plastic Hubs. Really appreciate you stopping by today and visiting in the shop with me. I always enjoy, being here with you and all. So, guys and girls, I hope this works out for you. You enjoyed it, learned a little something. Not you got a little comic relief. Basically, it's just another one of them simple little jobs that don't have to be real exact, but just because this is something you need. And keep finding things I need for that dang race car, and this is one of them. And this is just a tool. So fortunately, I had some time today and sat down in the shop and made it up. Brought you along for the ride. Till the next video. Oh, by the way, before I say that, if you're not a subscriber, click the bell and hit subscribe and become a member of the family. I sure would appreciate it. So with all that being said, hope you enjoyed today's video. Come back, see us again the next time we're visiting with you. It's always my pleasure to have you in my shop. Thank you and have a great day.